Hey everyone, it's Kristen Redmond, Astrological Intuitive, and today we're going to be talking about the energies that are happening in the skies for this upcoming week of March 4th through the 10th. And so this week we are moving into the super new moon, the Pisces super new moon. And this is a huge thing. In the world of astrology, the new year doesn't end on December 31st. The new year ends on the day before the spring equinox. And so right now what's happening is we're in that phase where it is kind of like leading up to the new year, right? We are thinking about our resolutions for what we want for the upcoming year. We're ready to purge the things that don't work for us anymore. And that's really astrologically the theme of this year anyway, with the biggest event of our entire lifetimes happening, Pluto moving into Aquarius. Pluto is a planet of transformation, and Aquarius is a sign of change. And so we're seeing that on all levels, from global to government to the structures that surround us, all the way down to our personal levels, where we are saying what is true and authentic to us and what needs to change in order for us to achieve that, right? So here we are with all the energy stirring up inside of us anyway for change, and we're moving into the eclipse season. The Pisces season is where we're ending all of these things, and at the new moon, this is where we're really able to dream what we want. Pisces is about dreaming. It's dreaming about what we want this upcoming year to be. And it's not really just about this upcoming astrological new year. I think it's in general, right? What we want for our lives. And so here we go. That's the theme of this week. And there's a lot of push and change that's kind of getting triggered anyway, because on Saturday, we have a bit of an interesting situation going on. The ruler of Aries, Mars is the engine and the passion and the drive and the warrior inside of us. It's going to be squaring up against the ruler of that Aquarius, that push for the change, Uranus. Now, when Mars and Uranus square off, this happens once every couple of years. So it's not like this is something that happens every other week. We've got this really major push for change, an intense push for change, and it can trigger a little bit rash decision making. Anytime we have a square or an opposition in astrology, it's going to create some tension. And so we've got this fiery planet of Mars squaring up against the unpredictable planet of Uranus. We can see where unpredictable events may come up in this week, especially because it's coming into this new moon where we're dreaming about what we want and we're realizing the things that we don't and what we need to let go of moving into this new year. We have this push for the change, right? And so it may make us overreact. It may make us have hairpin triggers that get activated under the energy of this. This happens on Saturday. And so that's going to be on March 9th. So don't let our anger take over, right? Don't let that rush to judgment overwhelm logic. We don't want that to happen. So with this coming through unexpectedly, it may be something where you have to act in the moment. Really trust your gut, because that's what that Pisces sun is telling us to do anyway, right? Pisces is the sign that says to trust what our gut is telling us, trust what our heart is telling us, and trust what our instincts are telling us. And it wants to show us that at the new moon the following day, which kind of heals this type of energy that may come up. Now, this is going to be impacting our Aries friends and our Aquarius friends the most, because these are your ruling planets. Remember, Mars is the warrior that rules Aries, and Uranus is that radical planet of change and unexpected energy and being true and authentic to itself that Aquarius is known for. So if you have your sun, moon, or rising in these signs, it's going to be impacting you a little bit more, right? But it's going to affect all of us. It's going to be affecting all of us. So kind of keep an eye out for that. Now, especially with this energy, you know, I was saying before, don't let those hairpin triggers get the best of you. That same exact day, literally within hours before that, Mercury, the planet of the conscious mind and how we communicate, is moving into Aries. So when Mercury moves into Aries, this happens a couple of times a year during the year, and it's for 3 weeks at a time. We communicate a little bit stronger with that warrior energy. This is when we're not afraid to say what's on our mind. And so keep that in mind. When you have Uranus squaring up against that, you may be getting those things out a little bit faster than you expected to. So just keep that in mind, right, as well. but those fiery mindsets are going to be helping us in a lot of ways, right? But then we have this new moon. So let's talk about that. So this new moon is about healing. It is about change. It's aligning with its ruling planet of Neptune. Now, Pisces and Neptune, they're one and the same, and the 12th house. Okay, so keep that in mind if you're learning astrology here. These are all interconjunctible, or that's not even a word, but I'm going to make it up. They're all interchangeable, right? So when we have Neptune, the planet of mysticism, the planet of it's really the planet of the unknown, because when we go to the 12th house part of it, that is the house of the unknown. That is the house of karmic debts, the things that we're here to balance and heal out this lifetime. It's known as the house of the unknown, right? Because we don't know what to expect. And so when we have this new moon aligning with it, it's calling on us to trust what our higher self and our spiritual network around us are telling us and helping us, right? The universe hears the requests that we send out. Now, when I say the universe, that can be God, that can be the universe, that can be spirit, that can be whatever you identify with as your higher power. Nobody is right, nobody's wrong, whatever it is, right? But when we send out our prayers, our requests, our manifestation, whatever you want to call it, when we're putting that out into the energy of the universe, we're putting out energy. Right? We're putting out energy, and the energy of the universe is going to match it back to us. And so when we are doing that, we have to put into that faith, right, that we are being heard. And we don't have to keep asking again and again and again and again, right? The universe hears us when we ask for these things, right? And it takes a minute for it to work. And if it's not in our highest and best, it's not going to come to us, you know. And so when we have this new moon happening, it's aligning with that planet of those prayers, of those requests. It's giving us a chance to dream and manifest what it is we want most. And our intuition is going to be heightened. Our sense of hearing what our spiritual realm is telling us is going to be heightened under the power of this new moon. And it's going to give us a chance to dream for the future, especially for this upcoming year. We're putting those prayers out and kind of condense it all into everything I just said here. We're putting those prayers out, and it's giving it a chance to really let our minds wander, daydream about what we want this upcoming year to be. Now, when that spring equinox hits on March 19th, that's when we're really going to be turning the clock from, December 31st to the new year of January 1st. But this is going to be the juice of it, where we can really put our manifesting powers into action. They're amplified under a new moon. And we can manifest anything we want anytime, right? You don't have to wait for a new moon to do it. But they're going to be stronger energies when we do it at the time of a new moon. And especially with this being technically the last new moon of this year, this is huge, right? We're really in that New Year's Eve phase of dreaming what we want our resolutions to be and what we want this upcoming year to look like. And it's amplified. It's severely amplified under the energy of this new moon. So listen to your heart, listen to your inner voice, listen to your gut, right? But don't let the ego take over, because remember, we have that squaring of Mars and Uranus happening, and it's going to be very self-focused. How is this happening to me? And it can trigger the not so good shadow side of both of those planets, right? So just make sure you're not impulsively acting. Just make sure that you're taking a couple breaths, go for a walk. That's always the best thing for lowering, cortisol levels. It's the best for reducing stress. Whatever it is that helps you to kind of bring it back down, walk away from the situation, and just kind of trust and ask your higher self. In those moments, go, okay, higher self, you know what's best for me. Help me to know how to react in this situation, right? And I think out of all these things, right, here we are at the end where there's so much shift and change happening on all these levels for us anyway. This is the time where we're saying it's okay to be okay with not knowing the way. We don't know what's happening, but we're trusting ourselves that we're going to know what to do in those moments. And that's really what this new moon is about, right? It's about trusting ourselves and trusting that we're going to get the guidance we need one step at a time moving into this new year. It really is. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your week, and be sure to put those new moon manifestation seeds out into the universe. Thank you for watching.